I'm jumping off, is this a needed suicide? I hope my parachute don't let me down. I hope I get to fly. I don't know why I feel like I gotta die to be alive. I don't know why it feel like people are standing still with no desire. I'm on a wire, wobbling back and forth, the balance clown. I won't be happy if I'm not moving forward, then send me down. My vibration for eternity will continue to come around. So I gotta do this right, I gotta live, I gotta.
Yes, sir. Back fresh in a new building. Yes, sir. Not in the old building. We'll talk about that later, though. Because the old building, well, the old building, which was the Volvo, that was good. But the building that they put me in after that was bad. But the building that I'm in now is kind of fresh. So I'm happy. I'm ecstatic right now. I'm ecstatic. I am more ecstatic of tonight's guest. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I won't be doing like live. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm working. I got the miles that I want, and they work the clock. I kid you not. They work the clock. Uh-oh. So if you the type of driver that wants to get with a fleet manager that runs the clock, get at me. I'm just saying. Welcome to the Lockoutmen podcast show, where we park in Politic with all our guests tonight. I am your humble host, Lockoutmen, and today's guest, we got Mike Young. Brother man. Hey, first thing first, man. I appreciate that you reaching out to me. You hit me up in the email, and you wanted to talk about a particular company. But I really do appreciate that you reached out to me, and I'm able to assist you. What's up, man? Where you at in the world?
So I'm in Navarre, Ohio.
Okay, Navarre.
Yep, Navarre, Ohio. It's about an hour south of Cleveland, and I'm off tonight, and I take out in the morning.
Okay, so Navarre. Now, see, I've been an Ohioan for over 50 years. And only in trucking that I was able to find out about all these small towns. Like, tell me about, what is it, Navarro?
Navarre, yes, sir.
Navarre. Tell me a little bit about Navarre. That's where you was born and raised?
Yes, sir. I was raised right here in Navarre, Ohio. It's a small town. Population is like 10,000. It's very small, very very out of the way, but it has a lot of popular truck routes coming through it. Route 30 is just north of me for a mile. Route 21 runs right down again to Route 77, Route 30. They all kind of connect together right here in Navarre.
Okay.
So it's a good little town.
Okay. All right. So Mike, man, so tell me a little bit about yourself, bro. Where of course you said you grew up in Navarre, Ohio. Life before trucking, man. What you was doing before trucking?
Well, so I'm a lot like you. I've been driving for 6 years.
Okay.
Just about 6 years. I was a welder before I was a truck driver. So I worked in shops. I did the 9 to 5 hustle and bustle, or the 5 to 3, whatever, Monday through Friday. Most of my Saturdays were working. And then my dad and I ended up working at a trucking company together called Amerisil of Ohio in Smithville. And so we resurfaced airport runways across the country. So as we did that, I was like, wait a minute, maybe I could drive truck to haul equipment and then finish out with the labor on the job move up state to state. So that's what I did. And since my dad was able to work at the same company I was at, I went to the boss, asked him if we could do that. He said yes, we could do that. So I got my temps. I took the test, got my temps. My dad and I went from Ohio to Terralingua, Texas, way out on the border. Drove back, went to Oklahoma. So I got my 6 months in experience with my dad.
So
And then I just went and took the test in Jeanette Hutton, Ohio, and got my CDL and started driving with them.
so your father, so you trained under your father.
I did, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
me and my father drove together all over the country, and that's how I got my experience. Now, I was raised around a lot of mechanical things. My dad had this and that going on in and out of his garage. So it was more so of like a grandfather. It wasn't from the chauffeur's license to the CDL because we're too far in life for that.
Right, right. So, but your father, he was by the sounds of it, he sound like he's been driving for a long time. So I'm going to assume he was grandfathered into the CDL, was he?
Yeah, my dad started off back in the 80s in the pipeline gig with a company local here, and then he grandfathered into the CDL from the chauffeur's license into that back then. And then he ran into some trouble in his life,
Mm,
and he lost his license.
mm.
And then he was a welder as well. And then when that particular company and him decided to part ways, he's like, I'm going to go back into trucking. So he did essentially the same thing I did,
Oh,
which
he had
was,
to retake the test
yeah,
and
yeah,
oh
yeah. He
man, what?
retook, he had to do all that. He had to retake the pre-trip, the
Wow,
maneuverability, he had to do all of that, but he had to rent the truck to do all that. He studied on his pickup truck to take, the 90-point pre-trip down one
right,
side, all that, this and the
right.
other. And then he rented their truck where we are from, and then, became into the CDL world.
Oh, okay. So when he came back in, that's when you I guess that's where you got that's where you got your love for getting in the truck because of your father and everything.
Absolutely. I got my inspiration from my dad.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes,
So
sir.
so beforehand, before you got into trucking, you was just a welder doing knickknacks and all like that. But because of your father being a truck driver, was that pretty much the sole reason why you became a truck driver because of your father?
Well, Uh, so since he was a truck driver, that's really all I knew. And then as I grew up into this welding career, I worked from shop to shop, and then I got into a little bit of the pipeline of it when the oil field boomed real hard here in Ohio. And I saw how hard it was to make money. And then when my dad was trucking, I saw that it was easier to make money trucking than it was to bust your hump from 7 to 7 at night under a hood all
Hmm.
day, melting metal. And yeah, that was it, man.
So
I was like, yep.
you said that'll do it for me. So when you first when you learned everything from your father, of course your license is not restricted. I'm assuming he taught you in the manual.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I tested out in a manual. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, cool. So 6 years ago, you was driving with your father and the company he was working for.
Yes, sir.
How
Yep.
how was your experience with them, and are you still with them?
Okay, so my experience with them was good. So I worked for this particular company out of Smithville, Ohio, as a laborer. And we traveled around the country resurfacing airport runways.
That's
And
yeah, I know that. You know what? I think I did a few. Well, I didn't do it, but I drove the tanker with the tar that was in there.
yeah,
I drove the
yeah,
yeah,
Grip
I drove
Flex.
yeah, I drove the tanker to Texas. They was doing a runway. It was like a little small runway down in Texas, but it was doing that rainstorm. I don't know if you remember, but Texas had a huge storm down there, and I was caught up in it. As a matter of fact, Wooster Motorways, the truck that I was in, actually broke down, and I was
Ah,
stuck. I was stuck in Texas for a week. I had to actually go and get the rental that they set up with. Uh, they asked me again was I was comfortable driving the manual because that was all they could get me. I was like, sure, I don't have a problem. I could rock out a manual or automatic or skateboard if I had to. So
sure.
I hooked back up to the tanker. The problem was I had to shake that motherfucker. It was ridiculous. The
Yeah,
dude told
yeah,
me I had to go over there to
yeah,
the runway. I had to drive
yeah,
forward and slam on the brakes, drive backwards
yeah,
and slam on the
yeah.
brakes to it was crazy. But they was able to pump all the stuff out. But yeah, I forgot what that's called. It's called, I know it's tar, but what's the material? What is it called?
It, it's called Grip Flex.
Yeah, that's what that
That's the material, Grip Flex. Yep.
exactly. Okay. So you was doing that for how long?
So I put it down for about 4 years.
Okay.
4 years I worked on the crew, and I saw these trucks coming and going, and my dad was involved in it. And then so when he would come to jobs and our foreman couldn't be there for him to unload the tank, whatever, they would pull me from the hotel, go to the airport, unload this truck. And then my dad, Worcester Motorways, they pulled a lot of tanks for us down, and they would say, "Hey, look, get him unpumped, get the material into our bulk tank," and I would do it. That would be me. So when Worcester would come out or whoever would come out and bring us our material, I'd be like, "Yeah, hey, look, we'll get you unpumped. We're gonna put 250 gallons of water in you.
Yeah.
Go up and down. Yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
that
Go up and
was
down the runway. Yeah,
that was so. I was like, I'm over here like, wow.
yeah.
I was tripping on it. I was tripping on the fact that when I got there, like when I got there, I had to go. I had another run that went up to the North Dakota. But this, we was all good by the time I got up there because it was still shaking and all like that. So when I got to the North Dakota, and I was at this little runway, little small runway, they hooked it up, put the water in there, and it just can't. I ain't had to
Yep,
do. I
yep.
ain't had to do nothing on that one, man. I had to do nothing on that one. Did
Right.
y'all had to? There was a truck that I had to bring out on a flatbed. I forgot what the truck.
Yeah,
There,
yeah. It's called a slurry truck.
yeah, I had to bring
Yeah,
that one out on a. I had to bring that one out
on
on
a
a
low
flatbed.
boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, on a
So
low boy. Yeah.
I was like, that was, man, look, that was the time right there, man.
With the horseshoes. You know,
Yes.
you gotta drop it on 6x6s, undo the horseshoes,
And
then
then
unhook it.
we couldn't, you know what?
Yeah.
The truck that I had didn't have the the air to let down. You know, like from the
Yeah.
inside, you could let your air suspensions down, and it'll
Yeah.
drop the low boy. I actually had to get out and unscrew our suspension and let it down manually that way, man. That was
Yeah.
crazy. So you did that for
Yeah.
about 4 years. So you did that for 4 years, and then you jumped in the truck from there.
I did. So
Was it
I
with the
knew
same?
the owners.
Was it with the same company?
It was, yeah. It was
Oh,
with the
okay.
Mariseal. Yep.
Yeah.
So I knew the
Okay.
Mariseal, Ohio, out of Smithville,
It's
right around the corner from Worcester.
there. It
Yes,
is.
sir.
Yep.
Yep. And Worcester Motorways did do a lot of hauling for us, along with some other independent people that would come out and haul material, whatever. They only had 4 trucks. They had
Right.
4 trucks, and I saw all these people hauling their equipment. So I'm like, hey, look, wait a minute. Jim, can 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 I get my CDL, haul the equipment? I already know the job. So what if I take the equipment, the material, whatever, out of Smithville
And
to
you
wherever
already
we
there.
are? Yeah, we're already there.
That's a
So
bonus right there, man.
and they,
I'm sure
yeah,
I'm
that's
sure he didn't say no, right?
he was all over it. He's like, we'll pay for you. Get your CDL. Your dad does it. You'll train under him. Get your CDL. You can haul our equipment, our material, and then if they need you on the job, you just stay with them with the tractor, and then move the slurry truck to the next job.
Now,
Which, if we started in Texas and we were going to Oklahoma, so we get to Texas, do that job, finish it, knock it out. Now we're going to Oklahoma, like Oklahoma City, whatever. I just drive. I hook to something like the slurry truck, the bulk
mm-hmm.
tank, whatever. Drive it up to Oklahoma City, and then now all you got to bring is material.
So
I mean, it was a win-win.
let me ask you this then. Was you able to get how was you paid off of that? Was you paid miles, salary, or what? Because now you're doing double duty.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So when I was on the road, I was paid by the hour.
Okay.
When I jumped into trucking, I was paid by salary.
Okay.
And with this particular company, they had 2 owners, and it is a fine company. I mean, they had a market pinned down to the T where they could just grow phenomenally, and they are a good company. So anyway, there were 2 owners to it, and one of them passed away, and his son took over his partnership of it, and then this other fella from Cleveland, from North Royalton, jumped in. He helped out. He took over as well. So as I got my license, I dealt with him. His name was Jim Peters. He was a great guy. He jumped in. He helped me. He got me through it. He put me with my dad. Whatever. So I was paid by the hour, out on the road, doing the damn thing. I love it, by the way. We were doing the damn thing. We were putting it down on the runways. People were bringing in our stuff. And then as I jumped into trucking, I was getting paid a salary wage. I'm sorry.
But they also
And
they also took care of your they also took care of your lodging too, right? So
yeah, they did. They did. You had your own hotel room. You got paid $25 a day for per diem. I mean, they took care of all of that.
all right.
But they only wanted to give me a minimal wage as a salary driver.
Oh.
And I knew I was worth more than that. So I went with it. It was, I'm going to say it. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I don't know if I can say it, but I'm going to say it was $600 a week. That's what it was. $600 a week.
That, you know what? That ain't bad. considering, you know what I'm saying? But you you are worth a little bit more than that though. I mean, especially
I mean,
if you like I said, if you was getting $600 for the drive and then you still had to get out and do some work as well and
yep.
get paid on that, yeah, then that would have been no problem. But if you was just getting paid straight pay $600 for the drive and the work, then no, that's
Well, and see, they paid me the salary wage on my way out, and then if I worked on the crew, I would get an hourly wage. I would get what
okay,
I was
okay,
making.
okay,
It was
okay.
on top of it. It
Oh, it
was.
was
It
on
was.
top. Oh, okay, okay.
It was.
I thought it was
It was
like
on top.
okay. I the way it was sounding, it was like $600 for everything, and that. Oh, okay. Then it was a
Yep.
little
No,
bit
I'm
more.
sorry.
It was a little bit
Yep. It
more then.
was.
Okay,
It was more. It was
okay.
more. But how it was working out was I wasn't working on the crew as much
As
as I
much.
was driving that truck.
Gotcha.
So they wanted to see if I could do it because I was a guy that was not in school.
Gotcha.
So they wanted to see if I could handle traveling 1,900 miles away, 2,200, where they would go wherever. I've been as far as Arizona with that company. We didn't make it to California, and we didn't make it, or I myself didn't make it to like North Dakota, Canada, places like that. Everywhere in between, we made it. And
Okay.
anywhere it was hot or it was summertime, we were putting down grip flex. It
Now
had to be at least 68 degrees to put it down.
now let
So
me
we were everywhere it was hot.
Now let me ask you this because 2019 for you guys was kind of huge. Like I said, I did plenty of runs from a Mary Seal. Like I said, the Texas, the North Dakota. I think it was one more before this, before you guys went into your slow season. But 2020 was horrible for everybody. How did that affect the Mary Seal?
Well, I can't speak on that because I'm not there anymore. And my
Oh,
dad retired. He's
okay.
retired. He retired from there. So I don't know. The only information I can give you on that is my son and I was cruising through the area and we drove back in to see the shop, see the trucks, whatever, and they did not look good.
Mm,
Things were run down, weeds were up, things that wouldn't have been while we were there were there. So I can't speak on that. I don't know
man,
what COVID season did to them.
that
I
must
don't know.
must have hurt them hard if they got weeds.
Yeah,
if they
I
got
mean it,
weeds,
it
if,
must have.
if they
I
got
mean
weeds growing, if they got weeds growing, it must have hurt them hard, man. All right,
it
so
was a hard job.
all
It was
right.
hard.
So after you left that, where we talked in the background, you said you was pulling raw milk. To give us a little bit of background on. I'm assuming that's tanker, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
how
that's tanker.
so how was how what was your experience in that? What would you like people to know about pulling raw milk?
So raw milk is an awesome job. I loved it. I loved my farmers. I loved being home every night. The problem with it is it's 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Oh, you
Now,
not one for not being slow. I can tell you that.
yeah, no, you won't be without a job and you won't be slow. Now it's a local gig. You'll be home every night. And Ohio is really big for raw milk. We have many dairies in this state. Even I heard you speak with TRD
Yeah,
on one of your shows. Yeah,
yeah.
and they pulled some raw milk with eggs. Now we didn't do so much with eggs, but anyway, we did raw milk. So how it was we you'd get to your truck every morning, you'd drive to the farm, you'd pull your hose, pull a sample, get your paperwork right, fill your tank with whatever it was they had to fill, and then drive on to the next farm. So it could be within one farm to 5 farms before you have a full load. And then you go to a dairy, unload, and pending your time, pending your distance, pending your whatever, you would usually have 2 loads in that day. If not 2 loads of loaded and delivered, you'd have 1 load delivered and then 1 load picked up for the next day.
Okay, so
But
being that this is milk, this is human consumption product. So I always wondered, like, how was the cleaning of the tanker? Was that on you, or did you have to go somewhere and get that, like, literally spot sanitary clean?
yeah, so no, you would pull in it wasn't on you, it was on the dairy. You would get into a dairy, Brewster Cheese, Superior Dairy, Dairyman's, Marcelli's, they're in Cleveland, they're wonderful dairies. You would get in there, unload your milk, and then it was up to you to put the wash wand in. It was up to you to tell them, hey, look, this is my first load. I can get this load off. I'm going to go pick up 3 more farms. I'll be back without a wash. That would save you time, but it was on you to make sure your tank was washed. There's no baffles in a raw milk tank because of sanitary reasons. The
Okay,
tank has to be cleaned. So there's like fuel, there are like 3 baffles in between your tank. And then the
right.
slosh isn't so bad as you're driving, but in raw milk, there are no baffles in your tank. The best you can do with that is a 2-hole trailer, which means there's a tank up front of the trailer, there's a tank in the back of the trailer, and you choose to fill up which one first, but either or are going to get delivered. So yeah, no, the sanitary part of it was you pull in the dairy, you unload your milk, which was 90,000 pounds. It never went by the ton, it was by the pounds. Milk trucks are always overloaded. There's just nothing you can do about it. Milk haulers are always trying to get all the milk you can on that trailer to get it to the dairy, but they're local too. As far as I've ever went was from Ohio to a farmer's cheese in Pennsylvania. It was just across the line, 30 miles, no big deal, but you were always loaded. So you were anywhere between uh 90,000 pounds and 120,000 pounds when you showed up at the dairy.
Now
It
let
was
me
always heavy.
now let me ask you this. Now tankers, if I'm not mistaken, they tandems are set. We can't slide the tandems on a tanker. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, sir. There's
Okay.
no sliding to a tandem.
Okay.
Now
So if
there are there
being that you're heavy, and you go across the scale, how do you guys be exempt from the scale?
we never went across scales.
Okay.
We never went across scales, and there's something with agriculture that exempts you from 80,000 pounds.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
something with the agricultural world that leaves you with different bridge weights or different highway weights, whatever. There's something there. I'm not sure what it is with the weight, but we never crossed scales. So I worked out of Wayne County. I would pick up in Wayne County, Holmes County, Stark County, whatever, and then deliver in the same counties or just a county out from the county I picked up in. Either way, you were always close. You never went far enough on major highways to worry about scales.
Okay.
Um, uh, so yeah, how they got away with it, I don't know. As far as the axles go, they are set. Now the newer trailers were set up like the tandems both would be on the ground while you were loaded, but when you were unloaded, the front tandems picked up, so you only had to work the back axle.
Now
You never had to put extra wear and tear on the front
now
axle
this
of a
sound
newer trailer.
now this sounds more like you said this is local, and as far the only far that you have went was to Pennsylvania. So was you getting paid by the mile, or was you getting paid salary on that as well?
No, I was getting paid by the hour.
Oh, you was getting paid by the hour. Okay.
Yes, sir. I was
Uh,
paid by the hour.
you don't have to you don't have to be specific, but what will be a starting hourly wage for what you done or what the type of driving you do for hauling raw milk?
So 3 years ago, I started out at $15 an hour, and then when I left 2 years later, and mind you, that was when I first got my license. So after I drove for America for a short amount of time, I still needed my 2 years of experience before I could go anywhere.
Right.
And I got with this local company, and I got on at $15 an hour, and then I left at 16.50.
Okay.
So that's what the local hourly rate would be. But I had a lot of freedom too. I didn't have a boss calling me wondering where I was at, what I was doing, where I was. It was, look, here's your route. Get it picked up, get it unloaded, get it loaded, get reloaded, whatever it was. It didn't matter if it took me 20 hours to do it or 10. If you got it done, the man was okay with that.
You said the
It was
man was
fine.
okay with that.
The man was okay with that. Yeah. Yep. He never bothered you. He never
Oh
bothered you.
man! All right. So what are you doing now?
So now I pull flatbed. I got with and after I got my 2 years of hauling milk in the tank world, I jumped into the concrete thing. I drove a mixer for 2 years, 3 years, whatever it was. And then I jumped in with a buddy. A buddy and I worked at a concrete company local here in my town, and he left before me and found this fella hooked up with flatbed. And he went ahead of me a month and said, Mike, look, it's really good over here. We're making good money. We're learning the flatbed industry. Come on. I'm like, well, are you sure what kind of money we make and what's it going to turn into? He's like, Mike, I assure you, it'll be good. This guy I found has promising goals. He's going to meet them. He just needs a couple guys to get him there. I was like, okay, so let me meet him. So I met this guy, and now I'm pulling flatbed for a small company about 40 minutes south of here. They're called Sugar Creek Cartage. We haul a lot of brick. We haul a lot of stone. We haul a lot of super sack material for steel mills. We haul powdered coal for water filtration systems. And it's been really good, man. It's been really, really good. Now,
What's
flatbed
what's I was about to
is
ask you
physical.
what yeah, I was about to ask you what's the hardest part about being a flatbedder?
So I started flatbedding in the middle of winter, and believe me, man, I don't recommend that to anybody unless you really want to learn the industry in flat deck, because everything freezes. Your straps freeze when it's cold or it's windy. Your straps blow all over the place. I mean, oh man. For a quick example, I was in PA last week, toward the end of the week, Thursday night. It was really warm. I went to PA, picked up a load, dropped it off, wound up my straps, tightened them up. I reloaded Friday morning. And to get my straps out after it got down to 28 degrees at night, after it rained all day at 68 degrees the previous day, was like I almost need my torch to heat everything up. So
Wow.
you always keep a pneumatic torch with you in case you need to heat things up, but your
Okay.
hands freeze. If you get loaded with a load of lumber and it's 12 foot on your deck, and you're throwing straps and it's windy. Oh my goodness. It takes learning the industry to know how to do that the right way.
Okay.
There's a lot of strategical skills you need to know in hauling flatbed. I
Okay.
will say that.
So what flatbed? How you just got in? You just got into it, or how long you been driving flatbed so far?
So I've been driving flatbed for about 5 months. 5 months now I've been driving flatbed. That's it. And I just, my buddy brought me on. I met with our boss, and him and I hit it off right away. And he put me on, and this particular company that I worked for was like, hey, how you doing? What have you done? And I told them, and they were like, okay, great. Well, this is what we do. Just familiarize yourself with the ELD. We do all the regional states, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, whatever, Ohio, West Virginia.
Midwest.
So the Midwest. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let's roll with this. And then I rode with one of their guys one day, and I pulled a box on my first day. I got loaded with skidded coil. And the only thing that secured this load to the deck was a couple of nails to the floor of the box deck. The box deck. And I'm like, really? Wow, where am I going with this? And they were like, Sydney, Ohio. That was my first load. And it was like right at December 1st. We had some kind of snow or rain or something in that effect when I took that first load, and I'm gripping the wheel. Now, mind you, I had been doing mixer truck for the last 2 to 3 years. So I was in a straight truck, Class B, no trailer, no semi, no nothing, since I hauled milk. So I'm gripping the wheel of this semi, and we're going out Route 30, and we're doing it. And I'm like, man, good Lord, please see us through safe, sound, and out of harm's way. And we did it, and got through it all. But man, I'm telling you what, flatbed was a whole nother world to me. I had not known anything about it. The tarps.
What's the common myth about flatbed that people that people say or don't say about flatbed?
The common what? I'm sorry.
The common myth. What is the common myth about flatbedding?
So I think it's what you say. Flatbed is a young man's job. That's what I say, man.
I stay 100% on that, man. 100% that it is flatbed is a young man's game, man. I'm 50. I'm 51. I'll be 52 this year, and I know that I can't do it.
Oh, you could do it. You could do it.
You said I could do it if I put my mind to it.
You could do it. Yeah, man, you could do it. You're just going to have a lot of frustrated days. I'll tell you that.
I feel it, man. I feel it. So right now, so you're rocking out with this company. So how many trucking companies you been with so far?
So if you want to call AmeriSeal a company, I've been with 4 companies.
All right, that's
4 companies in 6 years.
That's pretty.
It's not good.
That's decent. No, that's decent. No. That's good. I mean, 4 companies in 6 years is better than most. Some guys been with companies 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15 companies within 2. So 4 companies in 6 years. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay.
So you driving with this, but you want to know about Wooster Motorways. So of course I drove with Wooster Motorways for about a year. Of course Corona came and pretty much changed the outlook of everything. But what would you like to know about Wooster that I may be able to help?
Okay, so with my current company right at the moment, one of my biggest nemesis with them is they don't tell you what the load pays. So when I get going tomorrow and I'm heading to Virginia, and I'm grabbing skidded coils, and I'm shooting from Virginia to Michigan, I have no idea what my load is paying. Now, if I get to Virginia and I forget a coil, or they don't load me with a coil, I don't know if that affects my pay. I don't know what. So does Worcester Motorways let you know what the truck's making, what each load pays?
It depends. If you're if you're cent per mile, then no. If you're cent per mile, you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get paid what they what they give you as far as cent per mile. If your percentage, yes, you would know how much the load pays because you'll be getting a percentage of that load. Now, as far as them paying percentage, I'm not sure. I know they pay percentage to their owner operators, but I don't believe that they have any lease. I may be talking too far because I haven't been with them since last year. But since I've been with them, I was on CPM, and I was my CPM was like close to 50 cents a mile. But
Yeah.
But as far as knowing how much the load pays, if you get a rapport with Jim, I forgot the lady's name. I don't even think she's a dispatcher anymore. I think she's in safe or laws now. I'm not sure. But if you get Jim or Joe Varsisco, y'all can chop it up. I'm sure Joe will probably tell you how much the load pays. But as far as what you gonna get, you only gonna get the cent per mile, so you really don't need to know how much the load pays.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Okay. Yeah. That makes perfect sense to me. So in my current job now, I make a percentage of the load.
Now, okay.
then-
So hold on. Now, if you make a percentage of the load, then yeah, you should know how much that load pays.
Yes, absolutely. And there was my bother about the company I'm with now. But you know as much as I do, man. If anybody wanted to mess with your money, it'd be really easy to do if they're not telling you what each load pays.
Exactly.
So, and they don't. And they just will not tell you what it pays.
Why not? Why not though? I mean, you getting paid percentage. So like,
I agree.
I mean, if you're getting paid percentage, whether it's 50%, 60%, 80%, 20%, whatever the percentage is, you're gonna at least want to know how much it pays. Do it pay 10 grand? Do it pay 20 grand? I mean, why hide that from you, considering that you get paid percentage? I don't get that.
I don't get it either. So I'm a company driver leased on with a guy. So I'm a company driver with a fella who's leased on with this particular carrier.
Okay.
Carrier.
Now hold on.
Okay.
Now we seeing the light. Now, okay.
Yeah.
So the company, the owner operator is leased on to.
Yes.
You drive for him.
For him.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you don't drive. You don't drive for the company that he's leased on to.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
See. Now. Okay. See. Here's the thing. There you go. Now we get to see. Obviously, he's probably not telling you because he's maybe being shysty or whatever. Say, for example, let's throw out a number. Let's say 10,000. The company offers him 10,000, right? So of course he's gonna have to take a little. Of course he's gonna have to take a little cut out, and then let's say he takes out. And I'm just throwing numbers. If I'm wrong about this, guys, let me know in the comments below so we can help. Him out. But if let's say 8,000, let's say he takes 8,000. All right. So the percentage of the load, he's giving you, whatever the percentage on $2,000, and that's not fair. But see, he can do that because he's not telling you how much the load is.
Yes.
And
that's where my problem comes in. That's where my problem comes. Now, the guy is like a great friend, man. I mean, like he's helped me through some personal things. He's been on board with me as a person with what I want to do in the future. But why will you not tell me what the load pays?
Sometimes,
You know, why hide it? Why hide it?
sometimes friends and money just don't mix, bro.
I know, man. Now, my dad says, you know, I
Friends,
don't care how good of a friend he is. You
exactly.
should,
Yeah, friends and money don't mix. We gotta,
yeah.
friends is one thing and business is business. I need to
Business
know.
is business.
I need to know that you're not playing me, bro. And I
Right.
understand. Don't get me wrong. I've been an owner operator, for ERS lockouts, and sometimes he's gonna feel the way I feel when somebody come at me saying, bro, I see you getting all this money. You know what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that?
Right.
So
absolutely.
that's sometimes we gotta, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I mean, if he's, if you feel that he's not treating you right with the money, then always go with your first gut, man. And if that's the case,
go with your gut. Go with your gut.
Yeah,
really?
go with your go with your gut. And if that's the case, then you might have to be like, look, bro, me and you cool. We still bros and all like that, but I gotta step off, man. My bad.
Yeah. And it's okay, so I did that, right? I'm thinking like we just talked. So I get on, I watch you, I watch your interview with Worcester, I watched your interview with the lady that you had on your show with Worcester before you went there. I started I started looking up their website, man, and they're right in my backyard. They're like right here. Like, why haven't I thought of Worcester Motorways? So I look them up. I get them on the Google. I pull them up. They're hiring a flatbed driver at 5% more of the load that I'm making now. They're offering full benefits, which I don't have no health care, no paid vacation. I don't have nothing. So these guys are offering all of this. So I apply.
Mm-hmm.
I call them the next day. I talk to Brandon.
Brandon's Brandon's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yep. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what they did, man. Let me tell you. So I did the application. I sent it back. He calls me back the end of the day. He's like, Mike, we're good to go. I was like, okay, this is what it is. Whatever. I went through all the questions. This is what we're gonna make. This is what yep. Okay, so I catch a breakdown one day and my headlights needed fixed right here locally. So I had my headlights fixed, got reloaded. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I call him up after he calls me and says, all we need is a drug test. So I catch this early day. I'm like, hey, this is Mike Young. I can be out there this afternoon. Can we get the drug test out of the way? Well, I didn't hear from him. So I drive out there. I drive my semi out there, fully loaded semi. I'm driving to Worcester. So I pull up in Worcester, pull around, park the truck, go in, ask for Brandon. She said he had to make an errand. He'll be right back. Okay. She's like, I said, I'm going to go outside, repark my truck, 10 minutes. She's like, no problem. So I go outside. Just as soon as I'm parking my truck, here comes Brandon. I'm like, hey, man, this is me, Mike Young. I called. He's like, yeah. I'm like, can we get the drug test in? He's like, yep, absolutely. I'm like, okay. Is it okay if I park my trailer here in your guys' yard? I'll drive down to MedPro and I know where it is. He's like, nope, no need. He's like, I'll take you. I'm like, really?
That's how they are, man. That's how they
really?
are. Yes, they.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen. I mean, like I said, man. I cannot say nothing bad about Wooster Motorways at all. Just like, like I said, when I talked to when I had Eliza on, and when she worked it for Wooster Motor Ways, she gave her vote of expression for the company. And then when I called up my man Jason, and I liked it. I liked it, everything that was going on with Jason. And when I got there, I had the car. Jason followed me down to the airport, brought me back to the company. I got into the truck. They got me an automatic, because it's a company of manuals. Like, they 90% manuals. They got all internationals, and it's 90% manuals. The only I say not bad, but the only downside about it is that their equipment,
Yeah.
their equipment is, 16s, 17s. You know what I'm saying? But they still good equipment. That they newest equipment when I was there was a 17.
Is that right?
Yeah,
No kidding.
but it's not. It's they take care. But listen though, they take care of their equipment. They PM whenever it breaks down. They either if you there, they bring it to the shop. Their shop is 24. Well, let me see, 2:00 in the morning. Is when I think his name Ryan is the last guy that leaves up out of there. But if your truck breaks down, they fix it right back up. They take care of their equipment. As far as the company as a whole, they take care of their drivers, man. It's they take care of their drivers. Joe Vorcisco is about the I can't say nothing bad about my G. My man kept me running. He kept my money right, and I got home every Friday. And I mean, I can't say nothing bad. Like I said, the only issue, there was some other things, but Corona hit, and I'll just leave it at that. But it's still a good company, man. So if Brandon took you to get your drug test and your drug test come back good, bro, you working for a good company, man.
Yeah, it came back good. We have a start date, right? And listen what else he even went out as far as me to do. And I'm not saying as far as myself. I feel like he would have done this for anybody.
Oh yeah.
But he said, I was in touch with him for about 2 weeks. The past up till today, the last 2 weeks, him and I have been in cahoots together about, look, is this the way it is? I got your website pulled up. In the flatbed industry of things, it says there's a safety bonus. He's like, no, that's in the drive van. That's like a banked mileage money, and then you get that paid out every 3 months. I'm like, okay, well, it's saying that in your flatbed. So he's like, okay, no. And then I said, okay, it says paid safety bonuses. And he's like, yep, we have that. You're just going to miss it. But since you're just going to miss it, because I have a start date of the 30th of this month with them. And since I was just going to miss that safety meeting, he said, I'll invite you this Saturday. I'll pay you for it. You're invited. Come on, man. I was like, what?
You're gonna enjoy their safety meetings, man. I
didn't go. It was yesterday. It was yesterday.
What was it at the country club?
I don't know. That was the problem. I didn't know where it was.
Man.
He said you're invited. I'm like, man, I didn't ask him where it was.
Man, it's the Wooster. I forget where it's off of, but it's the Wooster Country Club, man. Catered breakfast. It's not that long. They just basically what the safety meeting is about. They just go over just go over things. They safety record is impeccable. I got to give them that.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
You blow, and what I mean by impeccable, you blow through the scales. Every time you get, every time you come to the scale, beep, 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 keep on going.
Okay.
Beep, 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 keep on going. That's what Wooster. That's what Wooster pride themselves on. They safety record is on point. And if you, I'm not sure, I'm not sure how that works for Flatbed, but I know when I was there, I'll just put it like this. I want to be a little bit transparent. My first safety check, $1,500.
Yeah.
My second, my second safety check, $3,000.
Yeah.
I was, and I got,
video.
and I got, I think I got one more, but I can't remember. But for those two, and just for those two periods, I was like, the top safety
tier
guy, top safety tier there. So the money's there.
Okay.
You're never not gonna have a time. You probably might have a time that you probably wait or something like that, but the wait is not long. Joe is on the clock for you, looking for a load. Once you get a load, you let him know. You give him an idea when you're going to get to the next place. Joe is right back on the board looking for something else for you. Just like that. That's how he is. Like you tell him like, yo, Joe, I'll be there at such and such at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, Joe, right there on the board. So at around 9 o'clock, you already know what your next load is.
Oh, okay.
You already know what your next load is. Then you go pick that up, whatever. And then if you're home weekly, Joe will have you home Monday. I mean, not Monday. Have you home Friday, and then you'll be right back out Monday. You're at you say Worcester is right in your backyard, so you just
Worcester.
just drive your car there, park it.
Yep.
Drive your truck for the week, and then come back. Come back, park the truck, drive home. There might be some days that, you probably might have a round trip. You probably might have a 300 mile. You might have a 300 mile up to Michigan, and then turn around, bring something back, and then you at home that night. You know what I'm saying? So
are they a full-on regional company, or
Yeah,
do they go all out OTR?
No, they regional.
Yeah,
but
that's
they
pretty much what. So you're home every weekend. Right?
Yeah, you home every weekend. But if you like, say, like, for example, you want to go out to Minnesota and you want to spend a weekend out in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Just tell Joe, I want to go to Minnesota. Joe, right there to you. Bam, bam, boom. Thursday, you'll get a load. You'll get a load that'll take you right up to Minnesota, and then you there on Friday.
Make it happen.
Or if you want to go down, to Florida, because I went down to Florida. I had the only problem with Florida is that it's hard to come up out. But we had a load that went down to Florida, and then my other load that came. Oh my God, the load that came, the load that came out of Florida, man, was inside of I forgot what it was, but it was you had to go inside.
It was the Coliseum. It was the Coliseum deal. I remember. I watched your video.
Yeah, it was that. Oh my God, that was.
Yeah, the guy said he ain't seen a better backer that day than you. He said he ain't seen nobody back in better that day than you, man.
Man, I was like, no, I can't do this. The guy was like, you got it. I was like, all right, let's go ahead and knock it out. But yeah, if you want to go anywhere, Joe or Rick, let me see. Jim. Either Joe or Jim would get you there. Like that.
Okay.
Man. So you, like I said, you're gonna make you're gonna make some money. The only, like I said, the only down thing is the equipment, but you're gonna make you're gonna make your money. You're gonna have a bomb ass dispatcher between Joe or Jim, and then as a company as a whole, you could literally walk into Brandon's office, the president's office, or even talk to the president's sister. That's how it is.
So I got a question for you, man.
All right.
I got a question for you because your driver, you did over the road. You know it. You know it, man. You know it. You inspire me.
I don't know
I'm telling you.
I don't know everything, but I'll try to answer. What can I do?
You know a lot, man. You know a lot, and I'm telling you, Lockoutman, I listen to you from the time I jump in that truck until the time I get out of it, and that is no joke. I just slept last week right beside Tappan Lake down here, heading over to PA Thursday night, listening to you all night long. I mean, you just have wonderful information. Anyway, so if you were working for a smaller company that didn't offer benefits, didn't offer vacation time, knew you was a good worker, and you had Wooster Motorways as a starting job a week later, would you take it?
Hell yeah.
Or
no doubt.
no doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah. No doubt. No brainer, bro.
Yeah.
No brainer.
No brainer, right?
I mean, you're not getting you I mean, not I don't know your situation, but if you're not feeling that that you being treated as the driver that you feel that you need to be treated as, jump over to a company that will treat you as not only as a driver. And I don't want to sound cliche about Wooster Motorways. I really don't, but they really do treat you like family. I mean, I know about the family saying, but I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this. They know you're a driver. They know what's going on out here. They know what we go through. They're Jim, Joe, I forgot the girl's name. I
don't know her name neither.
They know how they're not gonna set you up for failure.
Okay.
They're not gonna do that.
Okay.
They're not gonna do that.
Okay.
They're not gonna set you up for failure. I promise you that they're not gonna set you up for failure. Only thing is Dave. The only thing that they want out of you is, get the load there safe.
Right.
If you're late, Jim, Joe, they'll be like, okay, my driver, they'll work, the time, so you don't have to worry about that. Just as long as you get the load, as long as you get the load there safe. That's all Dave care about. Dave is the safety guy. Same thing with Dave, man. I'm not a fan of safety.
Yeah, right.
I'm not a fan of safety, but Dave,
right.
Excuse me, Dave is a good guy. If you need anything, his phone is available to you 24/7. Just call him up and say, hey, Dave, this, that, and the third, flip over, whatever, that. And, like I said, Dave would, talk you through whatever situation. But again, like I said, the whole company as a whole is a good company, and you on with a good company, man. This will be I mean, you got 6 years in the game. You should be
Yep.
around the same age I am, so you could probably put maybe about another 10, maybe 15 years in with the company, and
Yep.
and retire from that company.
So are their benefits good, Lockout Man?
Their
Do you
benefits
have
is
their
good.
benefits?
I got my benefits is connected to my wife, so I never
Oh, okay.
I never took on the benefits, but the benefits with
Okay.
them, your life insurance is paid.
Okay.
Your life insurance is paid. Your dental health and vision is probably like maybe $40-$50 a week.
Okay.
So
Okay. So the only glitch I see with them yet is that whole holding 2 weeks in the hole for your pay.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, you'll get over you'll get over that. Just ask,
Yeah.
for that first week or something like that. If you need an advance, just go in there and ask Linda, and Linda will give you an advance and all like that. But like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
you pretty good. I don't know if they still offering a, what do you call it, a sign-on bonus. I know I got one.
Yeah, it's $1,000.
Oh, it's 1,000 now.
Yep, and it's paid out the first year. You get 250 on your first check.
Exactly.
That and then
you get
yeah.
250 on your first check.
Yep.
I think you get another 250 after your 90 days.
Yeah.
And then the $500, I think, is like 6 months later.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Yep. And you get a week's paid vacation after 6 months.
Yeah.
Twice. So you get 2 weeks in 1 year.
Yeah, it's a roll.
You know.
It's a rollover. So you'll have vacation, but you'll also have PTO time too.
Yeah, paid time out 2 days. 2 days.
They'll give you PTO time too. So whenever you get in a situation, you like, yo, let me get, you can take a vacation day. So let's say for example, you take off Thursday. That Thursday will be your vacation day, and then you'll be, your regular Friday and Saturday will be your regular off days. You also get,
Yes, sir.
of course, you get the standard. You get the layover. You get the detention. Joe will definitely work for your detention. If you get to a place and you hemmed up, Joe will work for your detention. Your layover pay, I'm not sure how much it is. It was $100 when I was there, but if you there for like a long time or something like that, like I said, man, you got the best dispatcher in the business that's going to be on your side, man.
So you think I should do it? You think I should go from not knowing what each load pays a day to Worcester Motor?
I think you should go. There's the bomb drop, bro. You already in there, man. Ain't no turning back, bro.
Yeah, I'm in there.
Ain't no turning back, my G. Ain't no turning back, man. Just go in there.
Start on the 30th.
Just go in there, grab the keys, hook up to the flatbed, and you good to go, bro. Not only
good to go, man.
Not only that, but their flatbed is Conestogas. So
also there's no tarpon.
Yes. So they got the Conestogas. So you're able to.
That was the question.
You got your tankers.
I did.
You got your tankers, right?
I got. Yep. And Brandon said that he would put hazmat on my license within the first month. So he said, if you want to get your hazmat, let's get it. And I'm like, yeah, let's get it.
So
we'll do that for you. We'll pay you for that.
So you got your tankers. You got your tanker experience. You got your flatbed experience.
Yeah.
You already know how to drive in. So plus, and I'm not sure if they still doing it, but they do have pneumatics there. They do go to the oil fields and all like that.
Yeah.
So you can with your endorsements and your experience, you can go like 1 week doing drive-in, and let's just say, oh, okay, well, drive-in's dried up. You can, flatbed. We got freight for flatbed. Boom, boom, boom. Flatbed slows down a minute. We got freight for tanker. Boom, 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 boom. You see what I'm saying? And it's just.
That's what he said.
So
He said you could switch at any given time.
So,
anything you want to do, you can switch.
You gonna not be without freight, bro. So you're gonna get your miles. You're gonna do at least 3,000 miles. I say my top tier there was like 30. What me and Joe did 34. 34. Yeah, 3,400 miles.
Wow.
And like I said, Joe know how to put things together for you to make, your paperwork goes in. Well, your paperwork goes in at the end of the week. You just drop it in the thing. But Joe take care of all your miles and make sure you get paid and all like that. So you good, bro.
And Brent, I asked Brandon's like, how'd you hear of us? I'm like, man, I heard of you guys through Lockoutmen. He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, did he do good? He's like, absolutely. That man did good. I was like, okay, he's legit. Right. So I'm listening to you through and through, man. Every day.
So like I said, bro, you can't go wrong. Like I said, when I was there, I wouldn't, I didn't want to promote the company and all like that because for two reasons. But since I'm not there no more, I am happy to promote them. So
okay.
So you recommend
company.
It. I recommend it, bro. So.
Okay, man. Okay, well, I can't thank you enough for doing this,
Mike Young,
because I was confused. Thank y'all. Thank you very much. Really
my G.
Y'all.
Well, congratulations. Well, let me be the first to congratulate you with Wooster Motor Ways. I think you hadn't. I think you couldn't have chose a better company to get with. Small company, family oriented company. Like I said, the president, his sister, both inside the same place. Brandon, Joe, Jim, and everybody else there, man. I think you're gonna do well. Much success to you on that, man. And let me ask you this before you get on up out of here, man. Within your 6 years of driving, man, what do you have? What do you want the people to leave with? What do you want these young jats to know about getting into trucking, man?
So with my experience into it, I jumped into the local game because of wanting to be home every night. But really, that isn't what trucking's about when you're first starting out. I really recommend if you're going to get into trucking, do it for your own reasons. Do it because you want to make yourself better. Go out, get with a company that is good, that puts you out, get some miles under your belt, and then make your local game your end game. That's the advice I have for people, because I did it backwards, and now I'm going over the road, regional, whatever now, when I started local, and there really wasn't much more money in it for myself than the career that I was in before I started trucking and welding. So, buckle up. It's hard work. It's not easy. It's all a mental game. You have to be aware all the time. And it is hard work. You're lonely, the depression, the everything. But yeah, just be ready for some hard work and make sure you know exactly the path, the lane you want to run in. That's my advice to new truckers.
That's what's up, man. Well, Mike, thank you for joining me on tonight's episode. And that's gonna do it, y'all. That is going to do it.
Thank
My
you.
man, my man Mike is about to get on with one of the well, if not the best company in Ohio, Wooster Motor Ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I do appreciate you coming on. And you guys, I thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to join the community, y'all can do that. Just hit that join button and hook me up. Push this video out, you know what I'm saying, by hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel if y'all like content like this and more. And then and that's it. And that's it. And on that note, me and Mike, we are out of here. Hold on, I got to hit the right button.
Thank you. Thank you, Lockoutmen.
This your year, get it in. Yeah. Party over here, get it in. Yeah. She like a liquor clear, get it in. Yeah. She get it from a deal, get it in. Yeah. Make it disappear, get it in. Yeah. Park it in the rear, get it in. Yeah. Now make it reappear, get it in. Yeah. Freak it with no fear, get it in. Yeah. Pop it in the clutch, girl, get it in. Yeah. Jump on it, double dutch, girl, get it in. Yeah. Drop it, double clutch, girl, get it in. Yeah. Pump it up, butt lift, now downshift.